Welcome to the Other Dads Podcast. Two first-time fathers trying not to screw this up.
Welcome back to the Other Dads Podcast, episode 23.
The Jordan episode.
Neither of us are sick. Not the flu game, just the Jordan episode. We've got what we're calling a grab bag tonight. Got a little bit of everything, huh?
Yeah.
It's kind of a buffet of an episode.
Sure is. You know I love a buffet. I go down on a good buffet.
We'll have, if you remember from last week, we didn't get to segments after we talked to the moms, classic women. Am I right? Talking.
Just so much talking.
So much talking. So we'll have kind of some bonus segments today. We're also going to hear some updates from JJ and Christian on how the last couple of weeks have been with sleep. Christian had a crisis this week that I'm excited to hear about. And then, I teased it last week, but we put JA in his own room, in his crib, last week. And we'll find out how that went. And we'll have even more ideas and thoughts to share at no cost to you as a listener. It's all included in this week's episode.
That's right, baby. And we got a fun game on. We've got Bucks, Ravens, Monday Night Football. There's a second game. I think it's Chargers, Cardinals. No one cares. We are one Monday Night Football game, people.
Yeah, you got to have ESPN Plus to watch that one. So I'm guessing they'll have maybe 2,000 viewers.
Yep.
Especially between those two great fan bases.
Do you remember last year when there was a quarterback battle between Baker Mayfield and Kyle Trask?
I do.
What a different world.
Preseason.
That would have been so funny.
Is he in the NFL still, Trask?
Yeah, I just saw him in the huddle. That's what reminded me of that.
He's got a job for life behind him now. If he'd started, he'd been out of the league.
Yep, that was great. I love the backup quarterback is the guy who loves the huddle.
Yeah. And that was talking Kyle Trask. Christian, let's get to our pick here. Do you have a coin, or are you coinless?
I'm coinless.
I was thinking about it earlier. I kind of want to get you to get the coin back. I'm on a bad streak here with the generator.
No, you keep winning. It's just that you keep picking. The power, power of the pick.
I need you to pick. I'm bad at picking, obviously.
Yeah, I think we should do some analysis, some data analysis on how many times the person who wins the flip loses the pick.
Yeah, if you are a listener and you'd like to get those numbers for us, we will send you a free shirt.
Yeah. Also, still looking for a social media coordinator.
That's right. Okay, here we go. Coin flip. Can you see it?
I can't see it. It's done, though. Oh,
tails.
Let's go. Give me the Ravens.
Okay. Gosh, I'll take the Bucks.
Yeah, I really.
Give me Gus Swayze.
I think the Bucks could win it. I think the Bucks have the right recipe with the running attack, but
I think the Bucks could win, but I
just don't see their
feeling. I have a bad feeling this is a Ravens blowout.
Baker does that. He is amazing and then disappears. So
yeah, they'll have these random games.
Yep. So could happen. I think it'll be a good one. And Josh, what are we drinking this week?
We are keeping up with the theme of the month. I've got a Sam Adams Oktoberfest.
Oh, nice. You ever had their pumpkin beer? It's awful.
I hate pumpkin.
I hate pumpkin beer. It doesn't keep it in the latte, fellas.
Glad we're aligned. Oh, I don't even do that. I can't do any pumpkin.
No, I love pumpkin roll, pumpkin pie.
Oh, wow, that's really good.
Heck,
hearty and smooth, it says. I can agree.
I had a pumpkin moon pie the other day. That was good. You like moon pie? I'm a sucker for a moon pie.
If we're talking like the sweet treats, Little Debbie game, I'm gonna go with the zebra cakes.
They're too sweet. Too sweet.
Yeah, that's why they're awesome.
I'm a big schmallow guy. You put marshmallows in something, I'm in. Anyway, I'm drinking the champagne of beers, otherwise known as Miller High Life.
Of course, banquet beer.
Mowing through these suckers. They're still in
so can you explain a Miller High Life to me? Is it like a Miller Heavy?
Yeah, let's see, what's the alcohol content? Okay, let's see. It's Miller High Life, the champagne of beers. I think Miller always advertises themselves as like, yeah, I don't know of a Miller Heavy, so maybe it is Miller Heavy. Because there's Miller Light.
Yeah, there's no Miller.
It's Miller time. Is there Miller?
Let's find this.
What is Miller Heavy? Miller Beer, not light. Miller High Life.
There you go.
Yep, there we go. Well, there's a Miller High Life Light. Whoa.
That seems like a scam. So they're in the same level as Budweiser and
There was a Miller Beer, but it was discontinued in 1998.
What the book said of the week.
And Miller Lite is a descendant of Miller High Life. Wow. Dang. The more you know.
Son? Is it the son? Wow. Is Miller High Life another dad?
Miller High Life is a dad. Well, that's what we're drinking. That's the game we're watching. We're glad you're here with us. Thanks for being here. As Josh said, we got a grab bag. I think we just shoot from the hip here, Josh. I've got one I want to talk about. Since we're talking about football, I wanted to say that watching the baby monitor is kind of like watching football. Because you're watching it and you're like, you're speaking to it and it can't hear you. Like what's happening on the other side is happening no matter what you say. You're like, no. And
wait, are you talking about? Are you talking into the mic or just talking?
No, just like reacting to what you're seeing on the screen. You know, you're like having a good time, and then there's a big play, and everyone stops, and they're like, "What's about to happen? Ball's in the air!" And you're like, "Okay." He fell back to sleep.
Pluggy's out. Pluggy's out.
Yeah, exactly. We'll literally.
That's so good. It's like a fumble. That's so true.
We'll literally grab each other's arms. We're like, "Did you see that? He's moving!" And then like we'll stop brushing our teeth mid, like he can hear it or something. Like, stop whatever you're doing. And he this is a side note, but JJ is addicted to rolling. I know I was not mad, I was jealous that JA started rolling. And JJ is just a fanatic of rolling.
Don't be jealous.
The problem
hasn't happened again.
Oh, really? Oh, the problem is JJ can't roll back, and so then he cries. So every night I put him to bed and he rolls over on his side, he sleeps there for a while, then he rolls onto his tummy, and then he freaks out because he wants to be back on his back, but he can't do it.
Wait, he's doing it at night?
Yeah. I put him to bed on his back.
Oh, isn't that scary?
Well, we don't have him in a swaddle anymore. So,
so he's aware of it. He just can't get back over.
He just can't get back to his back. He's on his belly and he's like, "What the hell?" And then we had to go in there. I had to turn him back over. And as soon as I turn him over, you know what he does? He rolls again.
That sounds terrible.
So anyway, that's me on the monitor. I see him start to roll and I'm like, no, hold. And then he rolls.
So then, all right, I'm getting a little off topic here, but I feel like that's the whole thing with SIDS, though, right? Is that if he rolls over, then like his face would be on the bed and he wouldn't be able to breathe.
If they have,
but I'm assuming that's just until if they don't have neck control.
Yeah,
right?
yeah, he has a strong neck. Got that feedback today. We can put him in a front facing
traps,
front facing stroller and carrier now because he's got good neck strength. But yeah, he basically does like a arch with his back. And he just goes until I come in there, and I roll him back over, and he goes to bed. And as soon as he's asleep, he rolls on his side. He's on there for about 20 minutes, and then he rolls on his belly, and it's just repeat, baby. Anyway,
yeah, I think we could combine both of our ideas. I've got the mouth tape to hold the pacifier in, and maybe you do like
every night. I think about an
chain down his wrist.
I think about an airplane seatbelt around the whole thing, and just pull that sucker tight.
There you go. I was thinking tie his wrist down, maybe.
No, he leads with his legs. But yeah, I think about it. I Googled it. I had some funny Googles this week. But one of the things that popped up as an option was literally it's like a swaddle, but it has ropes on the side tied to the grip.
I feel like that's probably on the same page as leashes.
Yep. So apparently it only lasts for like a week or so. But anyway, yeah, back to the monitor. I really do feel like it's a game. Like you're watching it, maybe soccer is more the comparison, not football, because it's like every now and then there's a big play.
And I don't know about you. Yeah, exactly. I don't know about you. But for us, ours is like sound activated.
Oh, yeah.
We'll have it sound activated at night. And so, he'll make a noise and it'll pop on and you'll get some noise and you'll get some sound for that. And it is like, like they cross midfield. Like they got numbers here. Shot on goal.
Yep.
Oh, nope. He's all right. Or
most of the time they score over and over and over.
Usually you're getting beat up pretty bad. It's like they're about to score again.
Yeah. I think the monitor watching is really funny. Sometimes I hate the monitor. I'm like, I want to wait till he cries so loud that I'll hear him from another room.
Yeah.
But I guess that's how bad things happen.
Yeah, probably.
Anyway,
But yeah, I do feel that way too. It's like he's not screaming. I mean, he could calm down.
yeah. So that's the grab bag number one. What about you?
Okay. I think I'll play off of you if we're going to stay on the sleep topic. And yeah, I said it last week. We were going to put him in his own room.
Big steps.
Which, if you're keeping track at home, we are at 2 months and 2 weeks.
Nice.
So fairly early. But I mentioned it before that I wanted to just try it at least for one night and see how it went. And I would say the results are essentially the same.
Yeah, awful no matter what.
Like not even that it's awful. It's just like it's not better or worse than when he was with us. The only thing that is worse is that, like I think I mentioned before, his problem is he likes his pacifier, but he'll spit it out, and then he'll wake up, realize he doesn't have it, and start crying. Which, when he was in the bassinet, he's right next to you. You don't have to get out of bed. Just roll over, put it in his mouth. Everybody's happy.
Yeah.
Now somebody's got to get up, get out of bed, walk down the hall, go in his room. So that's been a struggle. We're trying to get through it. I mean, it's kind of at some point we're going to have to take on the necessary evil. But as far as like sleep, the amount of hours and everything like that, it's about the same. So I think like the final conclusion I have on this is like I was right.
Nothing matters.
No, no,
Oh.
no, not that nothing matters, but like they can go in the room pretty early. Like,
Yeah, I mean, I think to say that just because you experience something means the premise is right is kind of faulty logic. But I hear you.
well, but the premise is that they could is because of SIDS, and I'm still a firm believer. Like if it was week one and he rolled over and was quiet and couldn't breathe, like I'm not just going to magically wake up.
Yeah.
And so like putting him in the room, it's not really a difference. Like I can hear him just the same as if he was in the room with me. So it's pretty much the exact same thing. Yeah. So yeah, I'm obviously speaking for ourselves. I feel validated. Again, not medical advice, so do what you want. But I know some people that are 2 years and still got kids in the room. So
Yeah, I mean, I think
it
people.
was 2 months for us, and
I
that
think a
was
lot
like
of
that
people
kid.
it's preference. I think a lot of people like that. They like, they like their kid there.
Yeah, I don't. I like my wife.
Yeah, I know. It's teach their own. Yeah, I've definitely thought. Have you thought about packing it in? I think lately with the rolling over, mom's antibiotic. He used to be, as listeners would know, he used to be like all-star sleeper, and it's just not been the same ever since the antibiotic and the rolling, and now he's teething. So I'm just like, man, I got rid of the bassinet though. I gave it away, so there's no going back.
No turning back.
But yeah,
What's the song?
I sleep.
I've decided
No,
to.
I have decided to follow Jesus.
I have decided to sleep in my crib.
I think it's I have. It sounds weird.
No turning back.
The cross
Um,
before me, the world behind
the
me.
bassinet behind me.
That's right. Um, yeah, I'm with you on the crib, but it's tough, man. Like that walk is everything. Because the thing is, for me doing night shift, I have to just like I'm trying to protect Angela's sleep, right? So if I go back in the room and he's gonna roll over in 10 minutes, there's no reason for me to go back in the room. So I kind of just been posting up in his room, and it's like this kind of defeats the whole
Yeah,
point.
dude.
I sleep in his room all the time.
Yeah, I thought about getting some type of something to lay on in his, or getting a pillow and a blanket, just sleeping on the carpet for a little bit. Because the other problem we've had this last week is, I've been off work for a couple of days. My schedule's switching, and I've been staying up a little bit later. And it seems like he's doing completely fine until I decide to go to bed, and then out of nowhere he starts fussing. So like just the other night, it was 11:30. Decided to go to bed.
That's why you
He
can't
starts
stay up, man.
crying, and then I was up with him for an hour. I was in his room for most of it, just like waiting for the pacifier to fall out. Then I had to rock him a couple times. Didn't work. Yeah. So the different room is a grind for sure.
Yeah, I mean, I was going to do it in stress purchases later, but I bought a sleeping pad, a backpacking sleeping pad, and it's in his room. And I pull it out around 2 a.m. and I settle in for the night after he wakes up. But lately, I brought in the airplane pillow and I sit in the rocker right next to his bed. So I basically, because this is what I do.
You're basically back at the hospital.
He wakes up. I lean over. I pull him back on his back. I just flip him over, and I just do that over and over. And so I just sleep in the rocking chair right next to him, and I just with my airplane pillow on.
Yeah, so you've got what we've got with the pacifier. I think maybe the bigger issue is we're in a bit of a torture chamber, if you will, as far as what to put him in to sleep, because he's outgrown his swaddle, which I think he still wants. And so we tried the transition one that's like similar to the Love to Dream, but it's a little looser.
The
And
zippity,
that's the one he just goes crazy in.
the zippity
We
zip.
tried the swaddle with one arm out, which worked for a little bit, and then it didn't work. So we're now trying to commit. We went back to the swaddle. Now we're trying to commit to the transition one, but I think he still wants like the tightness of the swaddle.
Have you
but at
tried
this
the Merlin
point,
suit?
now I brought it up to Lady G. She said it was expensive.
Yeah, we don't need them anymore. If you want them,
Okay, maybe that could be that. Did it work though? I'm still not totally sold on the Merlin suit.
yeah, he loved the Merlin suit. He was doing great. I mean, basically until mom got the antibiotic. And the idea, and then now that he started rolling, though, we had to get his arms out so he can basically support himself.
Mm.
So now he's in the sleep sack, which is arms out.
Yeah. Okay. Let's move on.
All right, I got another grab bag.
Okay, you go ahead.
I think that they could make a scary movie about. This is gonna sound bad. Women,
I think I know where you're going.
women becoming moms.
Yeah.
And I say this, the origin of this is I was rocking JJ to sleep, and I was looking to my left and I was just rocking him. I really was just like kind of in the moment there, thinking in my head, like, just thinking. Anyway, Lady A snuck up on me with absolute stealth and came over to me and whispered, I think he's going to sleep good tonight. And I've never been more scared in my life. And I just thought that was literally what I was scared because I turned and she's leaning over. And she's like, I think he's going to sleep good tonight. And it's one of the most scariest moments of my life. I literally cussed because I was so shocked.
That is so true though. When it's late at night and there's like a shadow or there's a light, if I'll be in his room, I keep like waiting to turn around and see Lady G standing in the door frame after the fifth turnaround. She's just standing there in the dark watching me. That's not where I thought you were going to go with that. I thought you were going with just like, well, I don't know what I thought you were going to do, but maybe just like your nightmares of like baby crying,
No. So then, and then, like moms, like they say weird things. Like Angela says this thing. She says, "Give me the baby, give me the baby, give me the baby." That's not a scary. That's a commercial.
Yeah,
dude.
they give like a creepy lady.
Yeah,
give me the baby.
Yeah, you're like at first like, "Oh, give me the baby," and then at nighttime she's like, "Give me the baby."
I think we can make this. This could be a YouTube short for sure.
I told Lady A about it, and she said it would definitely be on like SNL, like an SNL skit.
Exactly.
Like of moms, like it starts off sweet, and then and they're like,
yeah, moms during the day, and then moms.
Yeah, it's moms at night,
as it from like a dad's perspective.
And they're just like breastfeeding everything they can find. They're just like, yeah, I think there's just a lot you can do there, and even like their body changing and stuff. Like like some ladies, like their hair falls out or like their skin changes and stuff.
Yeah, Lady G's bald.
What? I just saw her.
It all fell out.
But like, yeah, like that's what I'm saying. This is like a scary movie, dude. And like,
that is true. Yeah.
They like totally change.
Yeah, that'd be great. Get like have like the nursing bra on with the boob out. Have it blurred. Give me the babe.
Hair's a mess. Yeah.
I think we could do this. I think we need to make this video.
It'd be legendary.
If you have a nice camera, that's probably all we need, really. Maybe some lighting effects, and then the best thing about it is all we have to do is like. Can you imagine if that situation happened and you were like also in your head were listening to like spooky music,
Yeah. I mean, there's just so many examples that it's just like he must take a nap. And like, yeah, it keeps going on.
This is good.
Yeah, I was just thinking about it. I think it'd be a funny movie.
I love this idea. I'm legitimately like, I think next time we need to get together, we need to make this.
With Grace and Lady A.
Yeah, they could star.
I don't know if they'd like to be the star of that. Look, son,
I
this
think
is
they
your
would.
mom.
I think we could do like an SNL. Yeah, and we no, what we do is exactly. We do it like a movie theater, like a movie preview. And the first part is like all horror movies when it starts off like, oh, like let's take a weekend trip to the cabin. Woo! And it's like mom during the day, and then like night goes, there's maybe like a bolt of lightning, a roll of thunder,
Do you need some help?
a tree blowing, and then like quietly you just hear a baby cry in the monitor.
And then you just hear,
Yeah, no, that's good. That's good. The first scene is the baby monitor's on your side. It activates from a cry. And they flash to you, the husband on your side, dad on your side, and then like in the shadow behind you is like mom coming over your shoulder.
yes, to watch it.
Yes.
Um,
Is he awake?
yeah. Are you gonna get it? Like, yes, babe.
Yes.
I'm trying to sleep.
Yes. Oh, this is dude. We got to make this.
I told you, man. It's real. So that's why I was telling you we had to do a grab bag. This fits nowhere else.
we edit at one point like you wake up from your rocker sleep in his room and you go look at him and his face rolls over and it's Lady A's face on his body.
I mean, it kind of already is. He doesn't look anything like me.
Oh, this is good. Okay, let's move on. More to come. Follow our YouTube page. It'll be out in at least maximum 1 year.
yeah, maybe more.
Okay.
Josh, over to you.
Christian, I wanted to revisit something you brought up. I don't know, this might have been like episode 5 or 6, pretty early on after JJ's birth. And that is, I mentioned last week we had family over, Lady G's parents. And I can now confirm it's weird with the with your wife breastfeeding with your family there, and like we're all just kind of
Weird.
staring at her breasts together.
I don't think it's weird. It's just very different than what it was before.
Yeah, exactly.
Could you imagine? Like,
Before you're like, may I hold her hand? And now it's like, yep, you see those?
yeah. Is Lady G particular about who's around? Basically no men is Lady A.
Yeah, I don't know actually. I think the only people she's done it like in front of was like her family.
Yeah.
But like, I don't know what she would do if it was like just her and my mom. Maybe they were alone, so maybe she did. I don't know.
My mom loves to tell people that she has seen all of her daughter-in-law's breasts.
That comes up.
Just with Angela.
Hey, how's that grandbaby doing? Good.
You gotta see mom's boobs. No, just like she's, my mom.
Oh, that would be a great addition to the skit. One breast that's been pumped and the other one hasn't.
No, come on, man. We're getting crude here. They'd both be blurred out.
How is that crude?
They'd both be blurred out. We're not gonna. These are our wives.
No, I'm saying in like the shirt.
Oh, okay.
Like one's just bigger,
Yeah,
just to add to the look.
Okay. I was like, dang, man.
This is funny because like I could see like the whispering in her ear, but it's never been like I've seen my wife like middle of the night and she's looked horrible. She looks the same as she always has.
Yeah.
But it is funny.
Yeah, no, the family stuff is it's just different. It's so different. But like, you're feeding your kid. There's nothing to be ashamed of. It's just not what we're used to in our culture. But I've heard in other cultures, man, it's just everyday occurrence.
Yeah, nude countries.
No, I don't.
Nude colonies.
I don't know about that.
All right. Well, you just mentioned shame. That's a good one. You had I think you had an interaction again. This is several episodes ago with a neighbor that was walking their kid, not strapped in, right? And neither was yours.
Yep.
Yeah, I would like to affirm that. I've been taking JA on a lot of walks. We live about 0.2 miles from Sam's Club, so today I took my second trip to Sam's Club with him. And I asked Lady G, I was like, do I need to strap him in? She was like, I mean, I usually do if we're just like walking around. And I was like, sweet, thank you. So no shame if you're not strapping in the kids to the car seat for a walk. Obviously, on a trip in the car,
absolutely,
you need to do that. I haven't crossed that line yet, but
I think
yeah, the strollers just don't tip over. Obviously,
going for a run, strap them in. But like, hey, I'm walking to get the mail. Probably don't need to strap them in.
roller coaster, strap them in.
Yeah, just kind of. He doesn't like it. He doesn't like getting strapped
Mm-hmm.
in. So it's just you can.
I don't like strapping them in. Straps are all twisted. It's hard to tell when it's too tight.
Yeah, so just avoid it. But then you could have moments where your kid goes flying. So be careful out there.
Yeah, be careful. And that's
pretty much anything you Google. It's like, hey, maybe.
yeah, do.
Yeah, that's
Well, as EA said last week, whatever works for your family. What works for us, it's not strapping them in.
that's the biggest lesson is like, hey, have an idea of what you want to do and then figure out what works best for you.
Mm-hmm. All right, Christian, what do you got?
Oh, I'm done with grab bags, I think.
Okay, I got 3 quick hitters. Play the quick hitter music.
Quick hitters.
All right. So is JJ, is he spitting up? How is his spit up game? Is he like a little bit? Is he like
A little bit.
projectile?
He's a big drooler because he's teething right now.
Okay.
But not a ton of spit up. Maybe once or twice a day.
Yeah, I haven't had like the nightmare like projectile or just like ruins a shirt. He's like he'll do it every now and then, but it's not much.
Yeah.
But he had one the other day, and I was just wondering. I was looking at him, and I was like, "Man, what if adults like threw up how babies did?"
Just
Because
every
like
day.
they'll just be staring at you. Like you imagine just being in an interview and just be like, "Yeah, yeah." There's just like there's no warning signs. There's no like.
It'd be awesome if no
Hey,
one batted an eye as well. Like,
exactly.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
And the best part is like it's almost like scary. It's like they don't. It's not painful for them. Like if we're throwing up, it's a miserable experience. You can't breathe. You might be crying.
No, sometimes
Bend over.
a good throw up after Taco Bell, you feel better.
That's true.
You're like, you know what? Now I can start my day.
Yeah, but in the moment, it's not fun.
Yeah.
Versus for them, it's just like, mouth opens, and they're just like, doesn't bother me.
That would be awesome. Like you're just in a meeting and someone just hands you a tissue and you
Yeah, exactly.
and you just keep talking. You're like, oh, thank you.
Yeah.
We got to go over the status report. Mm-hmm. And the numbers are.
But there's not even a noise either. It's just like.
Yeah, true. But it's kind of hard to convey that over a podcast without a noise.
That's fair. That's fair. You're in an Uber and driver just the. Okay, next quick hitter. Babies can the gas thing to me is crazy. Like they just can't sleep if they got to fart. And it takes so much energy for them to fart. It's just like, how does it not just come out? Like I don't really like think. I have to think about farts when I like got to let it in out or hold it in.
Yeah,
they're the complete opposite. They have to focus all their energy into getting it out.
Yeah, I mean everything's new, I guess, and like confusing. But yeah, it's crazy because they're trying so hard.
I know. I had one night this week, the night I was talking about. I was up for an hour in his room. He's fussing everything. I rock with him, which like we never usually do because that's usually not what it is. Usually the pacifier. I rock with him. It doesn't work. I try it twice. Finally I start like moving his legs around, getting him squatted while laying down. He farts like 4 times and then he's out.
That's all I needed, man.
Can you imagine though if we had to focus that much to release gas to sleep?
No, the release gas to sleep thing, but we've all been there. You eat too many potatoes, a little cheesy double baked potato, and next thing you know, you're trying to focus a bunch.
Okay, last quick hitter. I mentioned before JA's loving bath time now. We got the water temperature right.
The poor guy was just getting cooked in there.
Yeah, poor guy was frozen or just burning. Anyways, he's fallen after his dad because as soon as he gets placed in the tub with the water, pee every time.
Oh wow, no way.
So yeah, that's me.
I'm always worried about it. But it's never happened ever.
I'm a huge. As soon as the water hits me in the shower, I'm peeing.
Whoa, what?
Which some people are not pee in the shower. People.
That's not okay, man.
Yeah, it is.
Your wife lives with you?
How is that not okay?
Her clean feet go on there.
Well, so does all the soap and the other water. It kind of cleans itself. It's kind of a well-oiled machine.
Dude, no. Dude, I'm not showering at your house.
I'm just letting you know right now, if I have stayed at your residence and taken a shower, I've peed in your tub.
Dude, are you kidding me? Are you a grown man?
I am. Are you saying that you don't have the urge to, or that you would refuse to?
I don't have the urge, and I refuse to.
So if you had the urge, you'd be like, I gotta hold it in until I finish conditioner.
I would pee before I got in or after.
I sometimes I'll do that. It's the water, man.
Oh my!
It's your skin.
What do you do when you go to
It's
the
your
hot
skin.
tub? You just let it loose?
No, that's different. That's different. I think it's only a shower.
You're gonna get made fun of for this one, my friend.
I don't think so. That's fine, but I'll have plenty of support as well.
Yeah, the bathroom peers unite.
It's
not bathroom. The shower peers, bathroom peers. That's all.
Yeah, listen.
The shower peers union.
Hey, listen. It's not a union. It's not a committee. You know, it's a silent community.
Yeah, dude, that's rough. Did Lady G know that before you got married?
Oh yeah,
that's why she married me.
Well, I don't think before we got married. I don't think that really came up. Like, so tell me about your family. Okay, and what are your thoughts on peeing in the shower?
It's bad, man. I mean, that's how you get mildew. It's not good.
Yeah, never had that problem.
Well, that
I don't think you like understand how much of a non-issue it is.
It is, dude. It's an issue.
Tell me how. There's water running the entire time. There's soap running.
No, this is bad.
Yeah, you're yet to provide a sound.
I'm gonna have to clean the shower every time you come over.
I mean, it cleans itself. I'm telling you,
dude. What about the shower curtain?
I don't pee on the shower curtain.
You just aim into the hole.
Pretty much.
What if my bathroom drain has been great? It kind of stays up for a little bit every now and then. The water
stays up.
You're just gonna be standing and pee.
If that's the case, then I'll do my best to not, because that is not, I won't like enjoy that one.
I might intentionally clog it whenever you come over.
Okay.
This gets us into segments, and
that's our final quick hitter.
But this is a segment we haven't done yet. But I was going to introduce this week anyway, and you kind of did it. It's called That's My Kid, and depending on how this one goes, it could be like that's my kid, like you're excited, or it could be like, yep,
that's my kid.
That's my kid. So yeah, Josh, I would fit that segment into that, and I think you're proud of it. So you're like, that's my boy.
No, I'm not proud of it for him because he's taking baths.
Just sitting.
It's kind of like, well, are we gonna have to reset this whole thing, or are we gonna power through?
What do you do?
It depends on the pee. The other thing about their pee is it's water, man.
Yeah, it's crazy. They don't drink any water,
but they're so hydrated.
So hydrated. I thought about that the other day for a while.
For a while. I mean, I spent a good afternoon on the patio thinking about that.
Just like I
wrote it down in my journal. I drink
one Dr. Pepper and I have ground pee.
I said, "Hey, Lady A, I thought about this."
They drink milk all day. Fine. We should try that. How long can you go without drinking water and just drinking milk instead? Well, my version of That's My Kid is yeah, he loves to laugh, man. It's been so fun. Laughs at anything. And
That's my kid.
That's my kid, man. I love to laugh. And like at anything, just like, well, I do have a kind of a high bar, but well, maybe not that high. But if something's not funny, I'm not faking a laugh.
Yeah.
But JJ, man, he loves to laugh and screech, and he's just fun, man. That's what I wanted to say. That's my kid.
Is he faking laughs? Do you know?
I don't know. And on top of that, just like his love of movement, I'm starting to think the love of movement is kind of just me, man. Like, I think that's my kid. Like, I like pick him up over my head now. He freaking loves it. We've been doing the dun, 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 like racing him down and up. And yeah, it's the best, man.
Have you had a moment though where you thought it was? Have you had a moment where you're like, all right, that wasn't that funny? Like,
yeah,
but trying to please me because
Lady A says I don't have to do anything. He just looks at me and laughs. So it's kind of like I'm the funny guy. It's like, all right, funny guy, be funny. It's like, hey, JJ, I'm trying to be serious here. Like, I need you to stop laughing. Like, this is a serious moment. Your mom is kind of turning into a scary person at nighttime. And he's like, yeah. By the way, Lady A is not becoming a scary person. That was a reference to the movie earlier. If you're listening, Lady A, I love you, and you are perfectly normal.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the new segment called "That's My Kid." Next segment, let's start with Josh on "Never Would Have I Ever."
Never would I have ever. My first time. This probably would be a surprise for most people, but for me, apparently it isn't. And that is it. Last week with the in-laws in town, we decided to spend a nice Sunday afternoon with JA out at the pumpkin patch,
Oh yeah, get used to it.
which he's too young for it. There's a lot of fun things to do there with kids. They had a whole separate play area with all kinds of fun stuff.
But he doesn't even know where he is.
There was petting zoos. Yeah, he was. I tried to get him a picture with this giant cow. Just didn't work.
There was a goat that tried to bite his hand.
Yep. I mean, it got me excited for like in a couple years. I was telling him, I was like, buddy, like 3 years from now, this is going to be the best day of your life. So yeah, it was fun going with him because for me, it was like we're going for him, and then we got there, and I was like, well, no, we're not. He can't do any of this. But I'd never been to a pumpkin patch before,
What?
and my thoughts are, how do we get into the business? Because
Oh yeah, so cheap.
boy, is this a scam? Are they making bank?
Yeah, they're making bank.
Which this place was pretty elaborate. They had like 3 separate areas. Like one was like a corn maze in the pumpkin patch. The other one was like where the vendors were. The other one was, I don't know what the other one was. There was like a monster truck ride. It was pretty elaborate. But it was like you had to pay separate for like everything. And then the pumpkins are like 30 to 40 bucks. I walked out of the grocery store yesterday. It's like $4.99. Looks the exact same.
Yeah, no, it's funny they almost intentionally make things crappy because that's farming. It's like, hey, here's a rope that's tattered. It's like oh, more authentic. It's like
Here's a pumpkin with flies coming out of it.
Here's a barn where we didn't pick up the poop, so you can get the real experience of farming.
Ooh. The bonus segment is the parenting I saw, which is there was a lot of animals. There's one area where you could like kind of walk
Yeah,
in the same area
amongst the goats.
amongst the animals. It was mainly like chickens, and one parent I heard just yell at her kids. She said, "Don't chase the chickens."
That's great.
Good advice.
When
That made me a little scared. I was in there. I'm 26. I was in there, and I was like, "Is this guy like he's walking behind me? Is he gonna bite my leg? What's gonna happen here?"
Chickens are terrifying. They look prehistoric. They are oh my gosh,
They have claws,
big claws. They're territorial.
quick.
Yeah, they
They're
are
nimble on their feet.
so fast.
So nimble.
Yeah, yeah, I'm with you. Not a big fan of chickens. Not my cup of tea.
Yeah, that was one thing that had me worried. Like when he can walk in there with them, is like, do I want him to? I don't know. I just could see him getting.
Put some shin guards on.
What's it called? Is it a gaggle of chickens? What's a group? Is it a herd?
An 8 count.
A flock. I think it's a flock of chickens.
An 8 count.
Oh, good. An 8 count. I'm more of a 12 count guy, but yeah, I think I could just see him getting. I could see a group running up on him, putting him in a corner.
You just get him some shin guards, and get him out of there, man.
In an air fryer.
Nice,
Christian. I want to hear your "That's Normal."
That's normal. Is I mentioned it earlier. You know, you're like, hey, what happened? My kid all of a sudden can't sleep, and if mom is on any medicine, it goes down to the kid, and they can't sleep. They get really fussy, and that's totally normal. It's totally normal for you healing your own body to then hurt your child. It's normal.
Yeah,
Totally normal.
Totally normal. Nothing you can do about it.
Nothing to see here.
No other options.
It's normal. Yep. So yeah, I had some tough Googles this week around when does my kid learn how to roll back onto his back, and nope, it's normal. It's totally
Do
normal.
we have a Google searches segment?
It's probably pretty disjointed. Let me try. Let me see. Why do babies cry when nothing is wrong?
That might be worse than all the ones I had.
That's just that's like a day one. There's a day. That's like a day one Google.
Yeah, how are you doing that in month 3? You just now were like, wait a minute.
It's just brutal, man. You're like, I've done everything. All right, we've got why does my baby hate my carrier? It's the other one.
That's it. Those two.
It's two, yeah. So I don't know if it's just like
Honestly, the one that you, just the one you had. What was it?
why does my baby cry when nothing is wrong?
Be correct. Oh gosh, it's so good. That's like a day 2 question.
I know. Just well, it was connected with the carrier. I put him in the carrier. I was like, I'm gonna have this nice Saturday. I'm gonna be raking leaves with him, and he just wasn't having it, man. He hated the carrier with all that he was. Nothing was wrong. He just wanted to be in control, and he won.
Mhm.
You win, JJ. You win.
Christian, you don't get all the fun here. I was just looking back now, and I've got 2 that I can share. And I believe this was Sunday morning, probably about 12:30 a.m. Baby wants pacifier, but can't keep it in. Baby, I don't know what I was hoping for there. Maybe I was hoping somebody would be like, "Yeah, just tape it in there." And I'd be like, "Thank you."
You just wanted to commiserate. No, I love that because it's like he's doing it on purpose. Like he just can't keep it down. He just like he's trying to to screw your life up.
The second one I had was baby kicking and flailing arms. I think that's another like day 8 question.
Yeah. I love watching them on the monitor when they go nuts and then nothing comes of it, and you're like, oh, all right, we're good.
Good. Yeah.
He just did a backflip, but he's asleep.
It's like wide open net. Here comes Messi. Oh, he missed. Okay.
All right, sweet.
No harm, no foul.
No big deal. Let's get into Dr. Rick. I think we both have one. You go first, Josh.
I do. Mine is courtesy of Lady G. I gotta say, I'm pretty proud of myself. I haven't had a Dr. Rick in a minute. I mean, well, I haven't recognized any of them, I guess. So maybe that's not true.
That's Dr. Rick and yourself. You don't even notice.
Yeah. This was actually today. I was packing up with JA, getting ready to walk to Sam's Club, and we were trying to figure out if they had an item there. And Lady G said, "Get my phone and go on my Sam's Club app."
What? I don't get it.
I just thought having an app for a grocery store on your phone is.
Oh yeah, that's true. That's a
parenting move.
I'm so deep in this, man, that I don't even notice.
You don't even. That's what I mean. We got to reality check ourselves.
I love the Giant app. Yeah, that's a great segue into mine, Josh. Mine is that we keep doing online orders for groceries from the Giant app, and
there you go. Yeah,
and each week I say, yeah, but there's just something about grocery shopping in person.
Yeah, back in my day, we didn't have all this fancy technology.
There's just something about getting in there and something about touching the apples, making sure you get the right meat, good sale on meat. So sometimes you get stuff you didn't plan on.
Yeah.
I got a produce guy. Love to talk to him, But then the other thing, just while I'm here, I think is so funny. Do you ever do an online order where they deliver it or you pick it up?
I've never done it.
It's hilarious, dude. They're like, "Yep, we are out of black olives," and you're like, "No, you're not. You're not. You're not out of black olives. You just didn't want to find the black olives." And so they'll call me like,
"Do you walk in there?"
Yeah, they'll be like, "Sir, we didn't have any bacon, so we'd like to replace it with ham." And you're like, "No, thanks." And so I go in there. You go in there, and
hey, we didn't have bacon strips. So here's a honey baked ham.
Yeah, I go in there and I'm like, "Here's the bacon." Like I'm telling you, they've done it with black olive. One time they did it with oranges. They're like, "No oranges." because I asked for 5 oranges, and instead they get me the 5 pounds of oranges because they just didn't want to go pick out 5 oranges.
Five. Did you pay for the 1 5 pound one?
Yes, dude. It's like it's so funny, but that's part of the reason why I like to shop in person. But yeah, they're just hilarious. Like I'll never forget no black olives. Like you think there's ever been a run on black olives? Like, oh, the black olive shortage of 23.
Yeah, I think even during COVID, they were like, "Hey, we got to stop ordering these. We got too many."
Yeah, I mean they're on the shelf for years. They just give up, dude. And I love the replacements. They're like, well, they had pickles. Like, okay, thank you.
That is good. That is a good Dr. Rick too. Just like doubting a customer service worker.
Oh, every time, dude, they're wrong.
I don't believe you.
Yep, I'll go in there and I get my own. So I shop twice. Shop online, then I go in there and get it in person.
That seems like an efficient way to do it.
But it's just, it really is a luxury though, because yeah, it's just hard, man. That's one thing I wanted while we're here. I just kind of grab bag. I know it's not a segment. Man, Josh and I have become zombies. We're just we're just making it through this life. It's like it is tough right now, man.
Yep. It's I need a good laugh from my son. I'll be back in.
It's just that's what I'm saying. You need the groceries delivered or pick up because anything, whatever it takes to just alleviate any sort of.
I would push back on that a little bit today because I went grocery shopping today solo, and yeah, I think grocery store is like the new golf club for me. What did your coworker say? Mondays are the new Saturdays.
Yeah, Mondays and the new Saturdays.
I was walking around the grocery store with a little pep in my step.
Wow, look at me.
Hey, look at me getting out.
Hey, yeah, what's up, Teresa? Good to see you.
Oh, discount on lettuce.
That's what I'm talking about. I'm a family man. Let's get into our next segment, Josh. Vocab of the week.
Yeah, I've got a couple. I said last week we had a doctor's appointment, and then I'd have more to follow on that. We had our, I don't know, 5th, 6th, maybe 7th referral now. And that is that JA has torticollis.
Whoa. Tell the listeners what torticollis was. I didn't know how to pronounce that until you just said
Not sure if it's Italian.
it.
Fontanelle's. Torticollis is it's basically there's like a tightness in the muscles of the neck on like one side, which causes baby to favor one side more than the other. So we noticed it. We noticed on my second vocab of the week, which is, I don't know how to say it, to be honest. This could be bad. Plagiocephaly. Plagiocephaly.
If you say it faster, it's better.
Yeah, positional plagiocephaly.
Yes.
And that is when the baby has a flat spot on their head. So we noticed he had the back left side of his head was pretty flat. And so brought it up at our appointment. We got an x-ray for him. He was fine. But yeah, he's got some tightness on that right side. Or excuse me, he's got tightness in his left side, which is why he favors the left. And so after we noticed it, we looked back at all our old pictures, and like every picture since birth, he's just looking to the left. We're like, how did we miss it?
He never noticed. That's funny.
Yeah. So he's going to physical therapy. Had our first session today.
Start him young.
This might be a Dr. Rick. When we found out about this, I was like, babe, I can probably just YouTube like some stretches and like we can just start doing this every day. Like, do we need to do physical therapy? Like, what are they gonna do that's different than what we could just do on our own? But no, we still did it. Be smart. Let's get the experts on him. We were shown like 3 exercises today, and yeah, it's all the ones I watched in the video last week.
Wow, you could have done it.
Yeah, but it was good. Like she, because she kind of did a diagnosis on him and did some measurements and kind of got a game plan together. I do think the reason for it, for those who are interested at home, is I don't know if you remember from our labor and birth talks, but he was pretty much stuck in the womb for the last little bit.
Yeah.
And so I'm thinking he was maybe stuck with his head kind of to the side.
It's a good hypothesis.
And So then he just kind of came out like that, and we never really noticed it. And yeah, the flat spot on the head's a little. He might have to wear a helmet, which, man, I really don't want that. But
He'll get through it.
a lot of it's common.
Yeah, he'll get through it. I had an uncle like that.
Yeah,
Torticalis, you're saying, I don't know if it's Italian.
torticollis.
Torticalis is reminds me of a tortellini, so it might be Italian.
Exactly.
Lady A had a similar hypothesis about like JJ straining and kind of he always has his fists tight. Apparently, people find a lot of success with chiropractors on babies who kind of have tough deliveries.
Yeah.
So we're thinking about if we don't get resolution on his straining soon, that we might try the little baby chiropractor.
Yeah, I brought that up to Lady G today. I think it's honestly, I think it's like the same how it is for adults. Some people like live and die by it, and other people are like doesn't do anything or had a bad experience. It's kind of like feels like the same because I was like, we're sure a chiropractor couldn't just kind of pop something for him, like and release whatever the pressure is, but probably not like I don't know. It's probably just me wanting it to be over with and not having to do the stretches every day and stuff with them.
Yeah, I think some people swear by it, so I think we might try that out in a couple of weeks just because of his his straining and whatnot.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, but it's fun now. We're trying to get him to look to the right, and
Oh yeah, I heard you found a remedy.
Yeah, football. He likes football. I don't know if he knows it's football.
He's a guy's guy.
He likes the screen.
That's the one time he looks to the right is football's on.
Yeah.
Have you tried if it's baseball?
No, he was watching. Oh yeah, he was watching the news a little bit. So he's pretty invested in this upcoming election. Haven't got his thoughts yet, but he was locked in.
I got us a political pundit. It's early to start him on that. All right, our last segment before the last segment. We want to introduce a new one called Reminiscing.
I got 6 discs loaded up.
Friday night, it was late. I was walking you home. We got down to the gate,
and I was dreaming of the night. Would it turn out right?
How to
tell you, girl? I wanna build my world around.
Where's the chorus?
I don't know. Walking through the park and reminiscing. All right. Yes, it's the Reminiscing segments brought to you by LRB.
Little River Band.
Yeah, Reminiscing, which is we're gonna. What's the first time we're introducing it? I'm gonna have a twist on it here, but Reminiscing is just. It's not a For Dad's Ears Only, but it's a sister segment of For Dad's Ears Only. It's just kind of thinking about life before kids, and it's not to say like, man, I wish I didn't have my kid or I hate my kid or anything like that. It's just seasons change, seasons of life change, pros and cons to each. Are we still waiting for some pros to show up in this new life? Maybe. But yeah, just reminiscing on things of the past.
Hey, Josh, you remember sleeping in on a Saturday? Oh, baby. Maybe
Christian,
maybe start breakfast, a little breakfast for the fam.
Oh,
hey,
yeah.
Hey, babe, you want some pancakes?
Yeah. You remember just sleeping through the night?
Oh man. Do I ever? That was so good I can't even remember it.
It's so good. I was doing it for 20 years. I don't remember it.
You remember playing basketball?
Man,
I love basketball.
You remember being asked if you wanted to do something and just responding yes right away?
Those were the days when you didn't have to plan 2 weeks in advance.
Yeah.
You remember staying up past 9:30?
And not regretting it.
Yeah, now just being like, you know what? I'm going to watch this game.
You remember waking up in the middle of the night just for yourself? Just, hey, I need some water. I need to pee.
You remember not tiptoeing around your house? Just you remember you can walk anywhere. The whole house is yours. You could slam a door. Why not?
You remember not having to do laundry every single day?
Yeah, a lot of Lennons. A lot of Lennons. Yeah, you remember petting your dog? Poor Russ.
I don't have a dog.
Poor Russ, man. Just doesn't get any love anymore.
You remember just being able to go out any time of the night with the lady?
Hey, let's go get some Taco Bell.
Hey, let's go get some ice cream.
Remember when your wife could eat anything on the menu and not have to say, "Do you cook this in vegetable oil?" And then you have to say it too, and then people at the front desk, they're like, "What?" And you're like, "Yes. Do you use vegetable oil or canola oil?" And then they say, "I'm not sure, sir." Remember that? Remember before you had to do that? You could just order. You could, whatever on the menu you wanted. You could say, "You know what? I want that. I want number 3."
All right, I think that'll do it for this first go around of reminiscing.
All right.
I do have a reminiscing that's not pre kid. I think this is maybe just stages of parenting reminiscing.
Growing up.
You remember when changing diapers was like screaming for 5 minutes straight?
Oh yeah.
It's pretty awesome now. It's just like, we know what we're doing. We're fine with it.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying, man. People who love the newborn phase, they're full of crap. Like, you are an idiot. People who love newborn phase and leashers, same.
Mm.
That's probably why they need the leash, because they want them to not be able to move.
Go back to when you couldn't do anything.
Yeah, it's the worst, dude. Everything is awful.
Yeah.
Yep. Yeah, I remember that.
All right, and that was reminiscing.
Friday night.
Hurry, don't be late. I can hardly wait. I said to myself, when we're old.
We'll go dancing in the dark, walking through the park and reminiscing. I've actually never heard that song all the way through. Is that how it goes?
It's pretty groovy, man.
Friday night. Well, this brings us to our final segment. Needs no introduction. Did you see the fellas? Josh, did you see the fellas this week?
No. Christian, did you see the fellas this week?
Yeah, I actually had a lovely breakfast with three friends. This is a Dr. Rick in itself, I guess. I was counting down the days for that breakfast for 3 weeks. Could not wait for breakfast with the fellas. It was glory.
Hey, babe, don't forget next Saturday. I got breakfast with the boys.
I did that.
Don't forget.
I did that every week. Lady A.
Babe, did you see the calendar? Just added something.
Lady A would say,
It's circled.
"Hey, can you do this?" And I'm like, "Yeah, I sure can. But did you forget about breakfast on 2 Saturdays from then?" You're like, "Nope, haven't forgotten." And she's like, "What about later in that day?" You're like, "Yep, but I'm just not available until after 11."
Again, I can't reiterate it enough. I will not be free.
I don't know if you knew, but I was not available. Yeah, it was glorious. Had chicken and waffles, very yummy. Great to catch up. One guy is looking forward to proposal. So that was fun dialogue out there. Well, thanks for joining us. We had a lot of fun. Hopefully you guys had fun too. Kind of a zany episode this week, shooting off the hip. And we appreciate y'all. We like I said, we've become zombies, but we are putting in more work on planning these in advance. So always fun to talk with you, Josh. Love you, brother. Take us out.
Some dads have kids that laugh like them. Some dads have kids that pee like them. And no dad is perfect.
Thanks for being the other dads.
Peace.
Finger guns.
Game 21 of TOD Pick'em goes to Christian as the Baltimore Ravens defeat the Tampa Bay Buccaneers 41-31. Christian is now up 12-9 in the series.